so it's a beautiful sunny day on the weekend. I love cooking on the weekends in particular. There's no real rush. You can take your time. And today I'm going to make a Bolognese sauce. So, and then normally it takes quite a bit of time. You can cook it for as little as you want, or as long as you want. But the longer you cook it, the deeper and the richer, the intenser the flavours. So I'll go through the ingredients for my Bolognese today. So we've got brown onion, 4 garlic cloves, about 500 grams of beef mince, whatever you like. I just use a 3-star mince. If you want something a bit more lean, I use a 4 or 5-star mince. Half a cup of red wine. If you don't have red wine, it's no big deal. Substitute it for white or whatever you have. 3 cans of tomatoes. And if you use 3 cans of tomatoes, and again, you can cut it down your portion size if you want to use only 2 cans. But basically, if you use 2 cans, 2 cans of water. So when I rip open the can, I just refill it up with water, and then we end up adding that to the cooking. So 2 cans, 2 cups of water, 3 cans, 3 cups of water. 250 grams of tomato paste. I use conserva. Again, both my parents are Maltese background. And this conserva tomato paste, it's just a lot sweeter and just gives it a really nice, beautiful flavour. Some bay leaves, a bit of fennel. Mum grows fennel in her garden, and she grinds it up fresh for me, so I've always got fennel on supply. So Italian herb mix. So in particular, this one's got a bit of garlic, tomato, basil, onion, black pepper, oregano, parsley, marjoram, red bell pepper, and so that's my Italian herb mix. Obviously different brands. Bit of fresh parsley. If you don't have parsley, normally I buy parsley in big bunches, or if I've got it in the garden, I'll chop it up and then just basically pop it in the freezer. That way I've always got it on handy. Bit of salt and pepper, and then depending on the tomatoes, how acidic they were, you might need a little bit of brown sugar to help balance it. All right, so let's get started. Okay, we'll put out 4 garlic cloves. And normally with the garlic, I'm happy to use the jarred stuff, but the wife's not a fan, so let's get the real stuff out today. So if one of the bit fine, I should fork. I've got to be mindful of my little one, Logan. I don't think he's a fan of big chunks of garlic or onion, so I've got to chop it up quite fine. No big deal. That's the one thing I like about the jarred stuff. It's not all sticky. Alright, cool. Now I've got the carrot. This wasn't on the original list, but I think it's a good way of getting veggies into the kids. So let's throw one. Don't want to lose my fingers. Alright, so that's all the veggie ingredients. The only other thing is parsley, which again is frozen. I popped it out of the freezer. Alright, so let's start cooking. Okay, so let's use a heavy based saucepan. Pop it on the medium to high heat. Alright, so let's start with the onions first. Alright, so you don't necessarily want to brown them, you can fry them until they're translucent. I'll add some garlic. Make sure to be careful with the garlic not to burn it. Alright, once the garlic's ready, put in your carrots. I'm going to basically just wilt these down a little bit. So the moisture from the carrots will help to glaze the bottom of the pan. Okay, next tomato paste. And we're basically almost going to fry the tomato paste through all the veggies. Again, doing this just helps intensify the flavour of the tomato paste in your sauce. Now time to add your mince. So this is a little bit over 500 grams, about 600 grams. And now we're just going to break this all up. And just brown it all up. Now when you put the mince in, this is going to suck a bit of heat out of the pan. So basically crank it up full whilst you're browning your meat. Okay, so now your mince is all browned off. Let's add your wine, about half a cup. Stir this through. Now we're basically just going to evaporate off all that alcohol in the wine. It's just going to be left with a nice beautiful flavour. That's looking really, really good. All the alcohol's evaporated out. And now we're going to add the tomatoes. Alright, so in this instance we've got 3 cans of tomatoes. Again, peeled, diced, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you're using peeled tomatoes, it'll be just a bit more work. Now for every can of tomatoes you add a can of water. Alright, so with all the tomatoes in now, all the water, now again we're going to keep it on a high heat and we're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to add in the rest of the other herbs and spices. So a bit of fennel. Now fennel is very, very potent. You need to be very, very careful. Obviously different fennels, different potency, but just be very careful because fennel can absolutely ruin your dish if you put way too much. So I'd rather you err on the cautious side and only use a little bit. Tea and herbs and spices. And you can go quite heavy with this. And obviously once it's simmered for a little bit, then you just adjust the taste later. And this is some chopped frozen parsley. We'll throw in some bay leaves. depending on your size, 1, 2, 3, you'll put 4 into them, and then just submerge those in the sauce. And again, bring to the boil. Now there's one ingredient left which I haven't added yet, and we don't do that until we taste the pasta sauce, is the brown sugar. You're going to see what the acidity is like of the tomatoes. Alright, so let's, and we'll do some seasoning later. Alright, so now it's come to the boil. Give it one last stir. Make sure you scrape the bottom. All that goodness. Alright, so now we'll pop it on the lid on. So now we'll leave that there for a good half an hour or so at least, minimum, just to simmer through with the lid on. Ideally, I like to keep it actually simmering for a good couple of hours. Again, if you've got the time, again, it just really deepens the flavour and intensifies it. So if you've got the time to do that, that'd be great. I'll leave it there for the next few hours. And then basically after it's simmered for quite some time, then I'll actually take the lid off and then leave on that heat for a little while to actually just then start reducing. And then basically you just reduce it for as little or as much as you'd like, depending if you like a nice, really thick Bolognese sauce, or you like a bit more juice and a little bit more runny. So it's up to you. So we'll be back soon. All right, so let's check it out. It's now been simmering for a couple of hours. Let's take this off. It's good. Looking good. Probably still a little bit too thin for me. I like it to be a bit thicker. All right, so now we'll taste it. Okay. Tastes good, just needs a little bit of sugar. Just a little bit of brown sugar. Season it. Bit of salt and pepper. So it's been a good couple of hours now. So what we'll do is we'll leave the lid off. We'll leave the bay leaves in and we'll just let it reduce a little bit on that low heat. And again, all comes down to time. The more time you've got, the better it is. But again, that's just on low. If you want it to reduce quicker, just increase the heat a little bit more. But be careful it just doesn't start bubbling up everywhere. All right, so we'll let that reduce and we'll come back again soon. All right, so it's been a good couple of hours now. That's reduced and thickened up quite nicely. Now you can see there's big chunks of tomatoes still in there. So again, some people don't mind that. Again, with kids it can be a bit of an issue sometimes. So all you gotta do is just grab your masher if you want. And again, just lightly. Again, be careful because you still got the bay leaves in there. And you can give it a bit of a squish to the bottom, and that'll just get rid of some of those bigger chunks. Again, I'm not really fussed, but my little one Logan can be particular at times. So that's pretty good. Right. Now let's find these bay leaves. So we put 4 in, so we're going to pull 4 out. There we go. Last one. Alright. So you can see from the side, it has reduced quite a bit. I'm pretty happy with that consistency. Alright. So we'll try that now. Okay, that's good. Nice deep ridge. Not too sweet. The seasoning is good. The fennel isn't really strong. So that's great. So that's ready. So let's serve it up for pasta. Woohoo! Nice, beautiful, rich pasta sauce. Bolognese style. Alright, so dinner's over. There's quite a bit left over, which is as I'd planned. So we'll grab, so we've got quite a bit here. Got a bit of pasta left, so this will be lunch tomorrow for someone. Perfect. And what we'll do is the rest, we're going to freeze for another night. Or I might end up using it in a lasagna dish. But I've actually got a special lasagna sauce which I use with Italian sausage. So keep an eye out for that one. Otherwise you can use this recipe also for lasagna. So hope you enjoyed that. Again, I like to try and keep things nice and simple. Yeah, so with the ingredients, don't stress about it if you don't have everything. There's some sort of non-essential stuff like the parsley. If you don't have the parsley, don't worry about it. Again, red wine, white wine. Again, probably preference is red wine, but if you don't have it, white wine will be fine. Everything else, pretty much the stock standard ingredients. The carrot, again, carrot's optional. If you want to get some veggies into your kids, they won't notice it, throw it in. But again, the carrots, if you do put carrots, then you tend to probably just need to up the ante with the herbs and spices a little bit more. Anyway, I just like to try and keep it simple, and like I tell the kids, just repetition. And again, Bolognese is definitely a recipe that everyone must master. So until next time, thanks for everything. See you guys. Cheers. Bye. Hope you enjoyed my simple Bolognese sauce recipe. Hit subscribe if you like what you see. Let us know in the comments.